Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. Busy. One of those words that can often be overused. Ask someone how they are. Oh, busy. What are you doing today? Being busy. Running from event to event, appointment to appointment, Zoom meeting to Zoom meeting. Juggling this long list of priorities and often with that electronic device in your other hand so that you could always be on, always be connected. The challenge with all of this and the challenge with being busy is, are you busy on the right things at the right time? I love the quote from the author Henry David Thoreau, who said, "It's not enough to be busy. So are the ants. The question is, what are we busy about?" And when you think about it, when you're busy, it's because you're trying to get a whole heap of things done. You're trying to knock off that to-do list. But you may not be being busy in a way that is productive, that is helping you really make sustained, healthy progress. Because when you're making really sustained progress, you're actually balancing and pacing yourself. You know, if you think about the old Aesop's fable that you would have heard when you were a child, you know, the story about the tortoise and the hare. There was one that was running really, really quickly. But the tortoise was just slow, methodical, and it was the tortoise that actually beat the hare. The hare had assumptions, expectations that the busyness, the fastness is what would actually help them win the race. And so when you think about that slow, steady, methodical approach, there's a couple of key things to keep in mind that are really going to help you make sustained progress. To me, there's 4 key things. Firstly, really set your focus so that when you're on, you're really on. Because when you're just on all the time, when you're rushing from event to event, situation to situation, task to task, you can miss what's really going on around you. Your brain is going to get so focused on what's in front of you that you miss this other stuff that might be happening and that might be important. You become blinkered to alternate perspectives. You know, it's really easy to rush and anyone can look busy, but finding time to create that space for reflection and really deliberate thinking is often far harder. Secondly, pick your speed. We need to operate with multiple speeds through our life. There are times when we need to cruise. There are actually times when you need to do nothing. And it's weird how we've got this notion that doing nothing is being lazy, when sometimes doing nothing is the best thing you can do because it's giving you space to think and reflect. There are times when you need to work with speed. There are times when you need to get things done very, very quickly. There are also times when you need to pace yourself, create space for curiosity and wonder, time to be deliberate. So balance it, be deliberate. Am I going fast? Am I going slow? And why? What's going to help me in this particular situation? 3, this is one of my favorites, embrace sleep. Sleep is just so important for so many aspects of our cognitive capacity, our health, and our well-being. And we know through all the research that a lack of sleep has so many negative consequences. And it's interesting, there was research that was done recently by 2 professors, Professor Knudsen and von Schantz, and what they found was they're looking at night owls and larks. So night owls are people who sleep early in, they don't get up early, they're working up until late into the night, versus the larks who get up early. And they actually found that owls have a higher risk of early death. And they also found that often with owls, they're not getting the time to really rest their brain. And so therefore the brain's not operating at optimal capacity. So when you think about it, your sleep is giving your time for your brain to rest and recharge so that when you wake up in the morning, the cognitive, thinking, analytical, deliberate part of the brain, our prefrontal cortex, has had time to recharge. So it's ready to make those deliberate decisions again during the day. And lastly, number 4, build reflective habits. Slowing down, it's a habit. creating that space in your day to reflect. It's a habit. It's the same as setting up that habit that you have to exercise or to meditate or to read. You want to be able to ask yourself, are you allocating enough time for reflection and for creative thought and to just wonder? Where are you spending your energy, and is it productive? How much of your time is spent in rest and recharge versus rushing? What could you stop doing so that you can create more space in your day to do that reflection, that deep analytical thinking? And what are the benefits for you of actually having some cruising time? Because there are benefits. And when you know what those benefits are, when you know what's important and why it matters to you, it makes it so much easier to do. You know, it was William Shakespeare who said, "Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast." So with all of this, as you're rushing to your next thing, challenge yourself. Do I really need to be busy right now? How do I make sure I'm going to make the most of today in a way that helps me and helps those around me? Take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.